Well, hi, and thanks for joining me on this short video about putting a new antenna into my shop now that I've got a pretty good handle on all these weird noise sources in my house, including the mega killer, that thing right there. Yes, that's the mega killer. Mostly because it's right here in my shop. This is actually a little power supply for a USB port I use for my video cameras, and this thing is just a terrible noisemaker. But anyway, if you watch my other videos, you know that. So but what this is about is what I want to go on next to, which is straightening up my antenna situation in here, improving it. My existing antenna is it's an outdoor antenna, but it's actually coming out of another corner of the house from where I am. I have a antenna lead wire or transmission line, whatever you want to call it, a cable that runs in here from there. But in the course of doing all this noise investigation, I realized that I've got that wire bundled with a bunch of other wires and cables and computer network cables and stuff like that. So I don't want to really try to access that antenna that's so far away. So here we are. Here's my lucky break. It's this thing here. Well, this is the end of the telephone wire that comes into my house, the unused telephone wire that comes into my house. And it's just sitting up here in the rafters, although I've taken it down now, so this end of it is here for testing. And I've done some testing on it. It's there's very high resistance. In fact, it's open circuit in any way you try to test these two wires. So I suspect the far end of them is simply cut with a pair of cutters, and it's just hanging attached to the pole in the backyard, which we're going to go look at in a moment. So this is going to be my first attempt at an antenna. Why not? It's right here. It's right here, as you'll see, and I don't know if I can do really much better than using this piece of wire, but I'm a little curious about how it might work, considering now I know all the noise sources that I can avoid when I need to avoid them. Getting any kind of decent antenna in here is a good idea, and maybe this is good enough. So it looks a little like a transmission line. There's two wires there, but I could just twist them together and make it into one wire if I want. So this just goes up. I don't know how well you can see. Up there you can't really see at all, but pokes through the wall. Okay, so I'm just outside my office, outside of my shop, and there's that same black wire right here, just poking through the wall. It goes up. Okay, it runs along so it comes around the corner and connects on like that, and then simply travels along over to that pole that you can see. Okay, so there's the termination on the pole. It's really hard to see, but I did see some actual wire ends just hanging, just cut wires, actually bare. Kind of surprising, just hanging up there. So who knows which one of those might be mine, but still a safe bet that my wire goes up there and it's just cut.